Hello, this is Neil from iPaintGirls.com, and we're going to be drawing booties, naked and in jeans. And maybe if we have time, we can do booty in a dress or something. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, as always, is start out with our basic shape. So let's say we have this kind of shape for the bottom. And then we know that we're going to have, the shape for our top. So basically, it's like your skeletal structure shape, and then you can, we want to bring in where you're going to have your hips and everything, right? Okay, so we're not so concerned with the top there. So I'm just going to kind of maybe draw something basic like that, just to kind of show we know that the head will be up there somewhere, and hair will be coming back here. Okay, so something like that. So it's like a back view. Maybe her shoulder, arms coming out that way, and then you might be able to see some of her elbow and that muscle. That's too much. Arm is, gotta draw the back part of her arm, like coming up like so. Anyway, her fingers, thumb, so kind of just general idea where stuff would be. Okay. So then we're going to draw the back part of her coming down like so. I kind of imagine this kind of V where the spine kind of comes to this V, and then somewhere right around there is where I'm going to start having my hips come out. And that's where my butt will form. And another thing that's helpful when drawing the butt is to kind of imagine this heart, upside down heart shape in the back. Now I mentioned this before in my other videos. Something I just find interesting is that we seem to be attracted to heart shapes, this kind of, either this kind of bird shape or this kind of upside down heart shape, because in the front of the body you have the breast, in the back of the body you have the butt, on human lips, and sometimes on the bottom lip, and on legs, and then on the other side of the leg. You get those same shapes throughout the human body, and we just seem to be attracted to that. Okay, I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna kind of bring this leg in here, just because I really want to emphasize this the butt. And when you bring a leg in like that, it really can kind of make the butt come out like that. And I want this butt also, this butt cheek, to kind of come out like that as well. And so this leg is going to kind of overlap that one just a bit, but it's also going to, come in over here like so. So it's going to overlap that leg just a bit. So I have that slight shape right there and there. And you might be able to see a little bit of that. Okay, so that is the structure that I need to work with. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down, make another layer. By turn it down, I mean turn the opacity down. I might even go to size 3 here. Right, so for the naked butt, we might have these two little indents right here you see sometimes, depending on how much weight or whatever the woman has. I want to make one side of the spine so the light will be coming from this way, from this way. And then this side, that side of the spine will be light. I'm not worried about any so much details on this one here. And we'd have her elbow, that muscles right there, a little bit of that muscle kind of coming over that way. Might be able to see a little bit of her triceps, just depending on how buff the woman is, how cut the woman is. So I'm not not going to spend a lot of time on the detail here on any of that up there. I just want to focus on the butt. Okay, so the naked butt, then we have this, depending on how fit her butt is and how much overlay it has, how much hang it has, like over the butt here, and so you can actually determine that or kind of emphasize that by doing. It's not just the way you draw the lines, like sometimes like that because that muscle is being flexible a bit, but the way you do a little bit of shadow underneath it, and it'll mainly be in how you shade it. That's going to give the most definition to the butt. And then you might have a little bit of a shading over here like that. So now it's all about how do I shade this. That's going to determine how much butt she really has. And so actually I have to think about, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to redo her spine and okay, so I'm going to have the light kind of coming almost straight down, but kind of more from that direction. And so if you kind of shade it like this, then the butt is pretty full. And you might want to add a little bit of shading all into that right there. And then all this lower part of the back might receive a lot of shadow as well. So just kind of shade it like that. Then some of the top here might be shaded just a bit. Then you have to shade a lot of the legs underneath here. And a lot of this is going to get really dark. You might, like I say, you might be able to see a lot of the front up there, which will be dark as well. Like that. A little bit of the leg here might receive some light, but then all the rest of the leg will probably be in shadow. And might get a little bit of light there, but the rest of the leg will be in shadow. And where the legs overlap, more shadow. Okay, so this isn't like a finished drawing or anything, but you get the idea. So that would be a naked butt. Now, how do we put jeans on the butt? Well, it really depends on the person and how big the butt is, how much overhang it has, how wide it comes out and everything. But we'll go ahead and put jeans on her, and I'll show what I mean. So it also depends on how tight the jeans are, and how much wrinkles you might get and that sort of thing, how low they are. We're going to give her more low riding jeans, so they're going to come way down here, right? And I want to give this slight arch here, and the reason why I'm doing that for her jeans, and then she'll have her little things where the belt buckle goes, where the belt can go. Then you'll have one in the middle here, like so. Just want to remember. You might want to look at reference of jeans just to make sure you get it right. And then you'll have this slight thing here, and this part might be a little bit darker than the rest. And that would be where the belt goes to if she's wearing one. So it depends on perspective too. So anything like below the horizon, say the right horizon, anything below the horizon, the lines start getting more and more curved as they get away, and then as they come up, they get more and more curved that way. And so imagine the right horizon somewhere right around here. And that's why I have this slightly bent like that. There's some other factors that play a role as well. I want to put just a couple little wrinkles, not there, one wrinkle there, maybe a wrinkle here. You have to think about where the wrinkles go, so because I don't want it to be perfectly straight. Then also got to think about how the pants fit. So remember this, there's a stitch right here, and that wraps and comes all the way around the front between the legs. And so it's from that right there, it's from that stitching that you have that first part of the pant come off. Now if there's going to be, and you might want to just kind of make the wrinkles come like that, and if there's going to be a wrinkle, it's going to be like right about here, like that. And then they're kind of tight, so you'd have like this. You might even have wrinkles close to this leg here, so I might put a wrinkle here and here. Maybe there's going to be a wrinkle there, something like that. Might have a few wrinkles here, and then more as you come down toward the center of the leg you have some wrinkles. Next thing that's important is there's this line, another stitching that kind of comes up at an angle right here. And that stitching really, I think, gives life to the whole entire jeans. And still, you want to do the exact same type of shading, but because they're jeans, I want to kind of emphasize some wrinkles and stuff when I do my shading in this part here. So I'm shading according to how the wrinkles would be. Maybe a little bit, shading under that one and that one, and then you'd kind of still bring in the same type of shading for the pants, but also bring the shading in. Sometimes I'll actually do the overall shading first, then come in and erase and color over it, like with white and stuff. Now what's important with jeans, I think, when you do the shading for the butt, everything else here is the same as before, but the main thing I think is different is you really want to shade in the center part too, depending on how big you want her butt to appear, and then shade all this upper part of her jeans as well, and then maybe show the way her back's going to be and all that, and shade some of the lower part. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that for now. See how much time I have left in, so I'm not cool. I didn't have enough time to do a quick dress. So there you go. That would be how you do the jeans. So there's the naked butt, and you have jeans, and you can make the jeans look more tight, more full by how you shade it as well. So if you really wanted to make them look tighter, fuller, you could even bring this out more. The way you shade it, where it has more of a roundness, in the butt. And so mess around with that, look at some references and so forth. Okay. Now with a dress, you can have the dress fit in the same area. It can be low riding, and then you can have wrinkles coming here and there, just depending on how tight the dress is. Maybe have a wrinkle here, and then where the butt is, so I think it's important where you put the wrinkles for the butt. So also, actually, I forgot. You can draw pockets on the jeans, so they would kind of fit right about here, the back pockets. You can just kind of do dotted lines. So okay, so you can draw pockets on the jeans like that. Okay. Going back to the dress, I decided I don't want wrong layer. I don't want, what the heck, there we go. I don't want that to be there. So rather I want maybe you'd have maybe a wrinkle kind of coming down here. You might have one kind of coming down like this. Some wrinkles in here like so, and I'm going to get rid of a lot of that. And her dress kind of comes, or skirt rather, not dress. And then you got to decide whether the skirt has any sort of hinge and how much, whatever that's called there. That's not a hinge, that's retarded. How much time do I have left? Oh man, I'm almost out of time. So you get an idea. Yeah, I didn't really have much time to do the skirt, but you can and you can kind of imagine there's the shading, so you'd have all this shaded and that not shaded, and maybe a little all of this kind of middle part shaded, and then maybe this outer part over here shaded. I don't have enough time to make the shading look nice, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I'm out of time. So thank you for watching. Hope you appreciate this, and if you do, give a thumbs up. I appreciate it.